Hi everyone, this is Neil from the Overclocker magazine. So today I'm going to give you something, or rather bring you something that's a little bit unusual. Unusual in the sense that I don't necessarily look at entry-level or budget boards, but this time I am looking at the ASRock B460M Steel Legend Micro ATX motherboard. Apparently this motherboard uses a 9-phase VRM design. Not the best, of course, however it should be more than competent. I think it uses 50 amp chokes or 50 amp power stages. I'm not really sure about that, but either way, on the QVL it is written that it is compatible with the Core i9 10900K, which means that everything else beneath that with lower power requirements and things like that should be more than compatible with this motherboard. Since I didn't have the regular Core i3, Core i5, or any of the non-K SKU CPUs, it's not possible for me to test ASRock BFB feature. However, I'm pretty sure that it will come in handy for anyone who would be building a gaming rig based on this motherboard. So what does this board actually have outside of the bare bones, or rather, what do I mean when it says it has the bare bones? So surprisingly, this has 2.5G LAN, right? This apparently it's a Dragon controller, but I think it's actually Realtek that's just rebranded Dragon. Also with that, you get the Realtek ALC 1200 codec, and with that you also get the Nahimic audio layer for audio enhancements on top of that. How much difference that makes, I tend to appreciate it, but I'm not sure if other people will think that it's worthwhile, but it's definitely something worth installing if you are going to be buying this motherboard. Over and above that, you also do get M.2, right, for storage, and you also get an M.2 E-key socket for Wi-Fi, which isn't actually native to this platform or this motherboard in particular. So this board also supports RGB LED strips, and it has its own RGB LEDs actually. Not all over the place, but just enough just to give this board a little bit of style. Regarding Steel Legend boards, I don't think this is any different from what we've seen before. It's not spectacular. It doesn't look there's no revolutionary design or anything like that. It's just more of the same stuff that you've seen before. And that's not necessarily a bad thing. Given the price point and given the feature set that, as I said before, so we're talking about Nahimic audio layer, we're talking about Realtek ALC 1200 based audio solution, we're talking 2.5G LAN, and it has USB-C. Regarding pricing, this motherboard retails for $105 on New Egg. I'm not sure about the local price here in South Africa, but I think it should be around 2,200 or something like that. Don't quote me on that, I'm not really sure. However, for that pricing, I think this is more than a fair deal. I mean, once again, you do get USB-C, you get M.2, get 2.5G LAN, and seemingly competent PWM for the type of CPU that you would be using on such a motherboard. Overall, this is another motherboard from ASRock's Steel Legend series that seems to be very strong on the value proposition. We are living in a different time now, and this sort of boards are going to be a lot more appealing to a lot more people. So in as far as getting into the LGA 1200 platform or the 400 series platform from Intel, this isn't a bad entry point, especially if you're tight on cash or you just don't need all the extra functionality or the power that the higher end SKU CPUs would give you in conjunction with higher speed memory. So overall, I'm pretty happy with this motherboard. I'm sure you can see it here. It's a little motherboard with some simple cutouts for design and so forth. If you're not into that sort of thing, I doubt if this will make a difference. But nonetheless, it's important. It's interesting to see something that's a little bit different, especially for a motherboard at this price. Again, aesthetically, it's not going to blow you away in any shape, way, or form, but it is competent, and this is a rare I/O for you to see. And for $105, you could probably do a lot worse than this motherboard. So once again, ASRock Steel Legend comes to the party and delivers something fairly solid for a very reasonable price. That said, don't forget to share, like, subscribe, and I'll see you the next time. Peace.